We're gonna try something. What's up, Petrus?
Alright, welcome back, my friends. We're going to be continuing our journey in Dark Souls. We have, we've just made our way through, through the Undead Parish. We're still struggling with a mid-roll for whatever reason, which is really disappointing. But that's okay. We've done some level ups. We got our bird boy hanging out up there, just doing his thing. And we gotta figure out where we're going next, don't we? So actually, we're gonna try something. What's up, Petrus? We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna give something a shot. We might not exactly be ready to do it yet, but, you know, it is what it is, right? So you can kind of come up here, and roll down here. You'll find the Undead Asylum Floor 2 key. You have to do that before you do what we're about to do. Now you gotta find a decent spot to get down. Like over here. You hear some snoring going on. No biggie. No big deal. Now, we're gonna try and do what we're doing without ever resting at a bonfire, so... We never kindled this bonfire here at Firelink. Let's go ahead and fix that real quick, shall we? Anyone that ever tells you don't use twin humanities if you have regular ones, I don't understand that. I'm not fully sure why why they say not to use them. It's like the soul items that give you souls. You know, like if you have, I mean, don't like chuck down all your humanities and then go run into a boss room and die, sure. Same for the soul items, but you know, people used to tell me whenever this game was a lot newer, the original version of it rather, was a lot newer. People used to always be like, oh, you want to save those, you want to hang on to that. You know, you want to hang on to your humanities, you want to hang on to your fallen warrior souls and stuff. And it's like, why? What's the reason for hanging on to all of this stuff? Like, if I never use it, then what good is it? Because it's an item. Its whole purpose is to be used for its specific use. Oh. Oops. We done messed that up. Oh, let's do it again. But yeah, these items have their specific use. If you're about to level up and you're a few hundred or thousand souls short or whatever, then go ahead and use those Fallen Warrior soul items. Oh. Messed it up again. We're gonna have to aggro some skellies. Sorry, skelly boys, don't mean to wake you up, but... Oh, there's an item we didn't get earlier. Some skelly boys hanging out by it, too. See? You just kind of gotta finesse it a little bit. More or less ignore them. But yeah, you're going to want to rest at the bonfire if you wake those boys up, because they will absolutely chase you all the way back to it. There's not a lot of things that are quite as embarrassing as getting killed at the Firelink bonfire. Of course, if you swing on our crestfallen bro that's been sitting there that we've been ignoring, if you go and swing on him, nah, you might die, especially if you're like a newer player and you're still getting the hang of the combat. Like right out of the asylum, you're punching above your weight class there if you're fighting him. It's doable. Everything's doable in Dark Souls. Soul level 1 runs exist for a reason. Well, there's nothing down there. So we're going to just go up. Up is the way to go. And then that nest is the real point of interest here. I was just looking to see if there was any items. Curl up like a ball. And you just kind of hang tight. Hang tight for a second. This is kind of like the Tomb of the Giants. Or the, well, yeah, that was technically the Tomb of the Giants that we went to. Getting into Nito's room for the Covenant instead of the boss fight. You just gotta wait a minute or so, and then you get a little cutscene. This is the same bird that brought us back from the asylum. I gotta say, the cutscenes in this game, really top notch. They've done a good job on it. I know I said that we're gonna try and do this without using the bonfires here, but that might be a fucking lie. So these guys are aggressive now. Well, these ones weren't even there when we were here before. But I think all of the hollows around here are aggressive now. So we're gonna go ahead and give this floor a wide berth. What you doing there, Skinny? Gonna give that floor there a wide berth, and we're gonna kind of come over this way. Slowly descend the ladder. We're making our way back to our cell. Because you go back to your cell, you'll notice something's a little off. Definitely, that's definitely not how we left it. So we'll go ahead and we'll give him a spanking. You'll notice that this one, he didn't get fucking owned quite like the last one did by that. We're gonna need to chug one down. God Lord. Ah, shit. We should have rested at the bonfire is what we should have did. But you see that item in there, that's what we want. The item in there is what we want. We want to get that thing. We'll come back to that. That was a little bit ambitious. Now, we have choices. Ultimately, we want to make our way down to Blighttown to get to the second Bell of Awakening. But we need a key. A key to the depths. Fucking Parry King. Oh, didn't parry him that time. I mean, really, what am I doing over here? Chug-a-lug. Chug-a-chug-a-lug. We just need to get to that first bonfire. I know there's that rat back there, but he's kind of he's scared, he's confused, he doesn't know what's going on, man. There's also something we forgot to do over here anyway, so we'll go ahead and knock that shit out. Couple items we can grab. not another one over there. Okay. So yeah, we're getting a couple of items that we missed our first time through. If you do this right, there it goes. You can just like yeet those guys off that ledge they're hanging on. Like you'll eventually aggro some of them, but you know, you can eat a few of them off. And then up here, there's an item. What do we have here? Our humanity. And we're back to where we started. Oh, one of these guys dropped something. Hollow Warrior Waistcloth, huh? Sometimes just holding up your shield is just the way to go sometimes. You know, you keep your shield up and you do it that way. No Hellkite Drake to greet us this time. But there's a pretty reasonable chance that now he'll be back. And if he is, we'll fight him this time. We were gonna fight him before, but he's a bitch, he didn't come back. I don't know what to say about that. But we don't need to continue walking this path any further. We can just rest up right here and go up this ladder that we so conveniently opened. There's a lot of shortcuts that intertwine a lot of things in this game together, and it's really impressive, honestly. It's genuinely pretty impressive. So let's go see what's up with the Hellkite Drake. He's not back. Little pro tip there, you can kick those guys' shields out of the way. It's easier to take advantage of the moment when you don't have archers harassing. But, you know. Alright. Hellkite, where the hell are you? Kite. So let's go this way. We want to go this way anyway. This is probably where the trigger is. So can we go through this door? We can't. Alright, cool. Fuck the Hellkite then. Anyway. We can go down this top tier ladder. Long as hell. I think it's overcompensating for something personally, but, you know, it is what it is. We'll climb down it anyway. We don't mind. We ain't gonna worry about nothing. We ain't gonna worry about those souls we lost in the thing. We ain't worried about shit. The only thing we're worried about is opening up this door up here. And yeeting this guy. And there you have another shortcut. Just another way that this world ties together. Alright, so we took care of those guys. Now back down here. It's not that difficult to fall off there. That door opens in a shockingly, surprisingly inconvenient way. So this place has some of my least favorite enemies. Dogs. I don't like dogs. Not a big fan of dogs. It's like their attack telegraphing is just weird as hell. Alright, there's a door we can break.
Somebody help.
Alright, maybe we can just open it. This is what the residence key is for. So this guy's important if you're playing a sorcery character. We don't really care about him per se, but if you're playing a character that does sorcery, uses int, then he's gonna be your first teacher for sorceries. But even if you're not a sorcery character, you might as well come in here, rescue him, and grab the sorcerer's outfit. We're gonna actually see. Oh, it's actually a little bit lighter. But it doesn't change us to a fast roll. That's unfortunate. There's quite a few dudes here. Like, if you just walk in here all willy-nilly and get torched by all these guys, it can get out of hand real quick. Like, real out of hand real quick. Don't sleep on them and their fire. I think there's something wrong with all that dirt. The well's all filled up with dirt. Well, that's not any good for anyone. So there's also thieves down here. Thieves are something else that you're going to want to watch out for. They're going to jump us right around here. Yep. So the thieves are something you want to watch out for because they're nimble, and they build bleed. They're bandits' knives. Ooh, hollow thieves tights. I like the thieves' armor though. It's lightweight. It's decent. Got a mail breaker. That's what's up if you like daggers. Good pierce damage. Nothing in that one though. And is there something in this one down here? There isn't always going to be an item in every door that opens automatically. There is 100% another thief lying in ambush. Right around the way. A couple more, I guess. These dogs build up bleed too. It's really stupid. It's really frustrating more than anything. Okay, we got anything in here? No. Do we got anything in here? No. We don't. We ain't got Ooh, hold on. There we go. It's actually a little heavier, but fucking the fashion is so much more on point here. Like, if we're stuck with a mid-roll, we're stuck with a mid-roll pretty much regardless. So this fog door here, right? This fog door here is going to lead to one of the arguably most pain-in-the-butt bosses for, like, a lot of people. There's definitely a lot of ways that this fight can go wrong immediately. Get a bit of water. This fight can go wrong in a lot of ways immediately, but it can also go well depending on how you handle the beginning. And once you handle the beginning, it's not hard. Hold the shield button right when you walk in, because of all of that bullshit happening right there to start. So what it is it's this capper demon and two dogs. The trick to deal with the dogs and deal with the fact that you might not have a lot of health left. Alright, health problem taken care of. Throw a little fire. We did not win that trade. Keep your shield up in this fight. He's got long, slinky arms. Lots of reach. But you utilize the drop attacks, keep your cool, and maintain. And take out those fucking dogs early, and you'll be alright. So that's technically the area boss here. So let's get ourselves to our next safe point, and I think that'll be good. That could have gone a lot worse. It could have gone about as well as fighting that Black Knight earlier. So here, you see that thief up ahead? There's another one to our left. Not having your shit. Not today. Not yours either. You guys dropping any items? No? Alright. So there's an item all the way down here. This door we just opened to the depths, that's where we want to go. But we're not going in there just yet. And we're not out of the woods yet. We're continuing on until our next bonfire. You'll notice that boss fight did not restore our humanity. It's because there's Capra demons fucking everywhere later on in the game. Same with Taurus demons. They're nothing special. The only reason that they qualify as bosses right now is because it's the beginning of the damn game. You know? So first we want to come out here. Right here, down this pathway, you see that door? Does this look familiar? You open this door. If you were to go to the Undead Bird and not turn here, you'd find that door. But yeah, here's the regular ass Undead Bird. Familiar by now, it's gotta be. We've been here. It's another shortcut. Yet another shortcut. This one you want open, especially because it leads directly to Firelink. And if you follow all the way back this way until you can't walk anymore, remember, we killed that other shopkeeper. So now we finally have another shopkeeper. Someone else to spend our souls at. Fuck that though, we're not spending shit. Not right now anyway. But we are going to look through what she's got. This shopkeeper is useful. You can't kill her, she's behind bars. She's fucking bonkers. But when it comes to Blighttown, the purple moss clumps and the blooming purple moss clumps are something you definitely want. Now, there's multiple ways to go about getting them. Transient curses are useful too, but we'll get into that when it becomes more necessary. So she's got some decent stuff. She's got 5 humanities to buy. She sells purging stones. This is how you cure curses. And she sells these moss clumps. But here's the thing about moss clumps. If you go to the Darkroot Garden, you can farm them quite easily. The enemies that drop them aren't terribly difficult. But here is what we really want. The fact that a lot of people rely pretty heavily on archery to cheese things, the fact that she sells arrows is great. So, we now have a new place to go and get arrows. So we can use our bow again. We're probably not going to use a whole lot of our bow, but for those of you who prefer to cheese certain things from afar, that's a good spot to buy arrows. And she's got a good variety. Fire arrows and poison arrows too. That ain't bad. But we're heading on down. We're going this way. We're making our way to the next bonfire. You guys are probably sick of every episode starting in fucking Firelink. So, we're officially in the depths. Ooh. We're officially in the depths. You can see there's a lot of these hollow boys here. We're going to rescue someone down here in this vicinity who is super important. For us, anyway, for what we're specifically doing. So you want to, in this particular room, your first time through, you kind of want to take your time. There's a lot of guys. See, they'll come out of nowhere. And if you sleep on them, they'll get you. You can go ahead and chug. Real quick, if you look over there, you see that big guy? Yeah. That's part of why you want to take your time. Accidentally wake that guy up. Well, he's quite awake already. He's beating the shit out of something down there. What a fucking cocky move to just like gently poke it at me with the fire like that. So that butcher down there is going ham on a big old slab of meat. I don't know what kind of meat that is, but he's got dogs down there too. You see, there's one dog. Oh, we got a guy behind us. See what happens when you don't pay attention to these guys? Now, that butcher, he offers a different way down too, technically. Like, certainly not a gift. But see, this is where archery is super useful. So we want to aggro the dog. Fuck it. Fuck it. Alright, so this guy's a bit of a hassle to fight. He's strong. I'm sorry. This is a girl. She is quite powerful. But she ain't shit compared to the Grave Lord's sword. What? What? There's a large ember here, and a way down right here. You see that shit? But we're not doing that. We're gonna chug up. We're gonna do this the right way. So this is deep water. Water deep enough that you will only walk. But only you. Everything else can run in it. There is a ring you can get. The rusted iron ring will let you traverse this properly. That one's already dead. So the rusted iron ring will let you traverse this properly at a regular speed. And that's one of the things you get out of the end of the asylum when you return. Alright, we got another one. Same thing. They're beefy and they're strong. But these ladies are easy enough to backstab. They telegraph the hell out of their attacks, and they're ripe for the spanking. They're into it. And this one gives you a sack. Sack. But this room, this is what we wanted. Alright. Alright, so we've rescued Laurentius of the Great Swamp. He's the first pyromancy teacher we get. So now we make our way down further into the depths. But with that said, we are not gonna do Blython until after we do the asylum again. So there's an item right there, but you can kind of, can I get into a spot where I can lock onto his ass? There's an item right there, but it's a trap, basically. See? I look at the bloodstain. I know it's there, and it gets me anyway. You do not want these boys landing on your head. They'll crash your party real quick. That's a lot of damage. They're pretty strong against most kinds of damage. Fire seems to be pretty good against them though. So like, there's more of them. There ain't just gonna be one. There's this guy right around this corner. And you come out here, ain't nothing back here. But you see a whole lot of those guys. Just take your time going through here. A lot of them drop down early. Like, they're not nearly as patient as that first one was. Oh, that's a lot of stamina just to miss. Like, when they drop down on you, they do a lot of damage. When they're just, like, fighting you, though, outright, they don't do an unreasonable amount of damage. They're a good place to farm Titanite shards, though. They drop a decent variety of them. I believe they drop green as well. But, like, they are weak to fire. So if you roll Pyromancy at the start like we did, you're fine. And you open this door right here. We have count 'em one, liquid humanity that we obtained from just killing things. And there we go. We're going to go ahead and kindle up this one. We're going to kindle this one up. Suck down that twin humanities. We need 4 humanity on us. That's right, 4. So we got to reverse howling too. So you reverse your hollowing. There's a lot of inconvenient things about the depths, but you know, once it's all said and done, like once you're in it, it's really not all that difficult. Like there's some pitfalls, there's some spooky things. There's a gigantic rat. That gigantic rat doesn't respawn though, so that's cool. And it's got like swords stuck in its eyeballs and stuff, it's gross. But got a couple of level ups. Check on our roll speed, still medium. So, what are we gonna do about that? What we gonna do about that there, boys? We're gonna use these souls. You know, like what, 5,000 something to level up? Yeah, I need about 1,100 more. Alright. 20 fucking endurance, my dudes. And we still have a fucking medium roll. God damn it. But anyway, we've made it safely to the depths. Safely is arbitrary. But we've made it. That's the point. We're here. We're pushing forward. We've about hit the limitation on how many times we can end our episodes at Firelink Shrine. So, with that said, that's all for this one. We killed a boss, got to the depths. I'd say it was productive. We even got our butt kicked over in the Undead Asylum. Now, with that said, there's a good chance that because going from the Blight Town all the way back to Firelink is a bit of a pain in the butt, we're probably going to actually backtrack in the next episode, hit up the hit up the Undead Asylum, not get owned by the Black Knight, ideally, and because I'd like to get the item past him. I know what it is. It's useful. It's optional. It's 100% optional, but it is useful to have. But there's a few other useful items around there. Most notably, the Rusted Iron Ring is a big deal because Blight Town at the very bottom is a swamp. Now we're going to try and go through Blight Town the normal way, the intended way, through the rafters, up top, through all that bullshit. But there's a really, really, really fair chance that I'm just going to die too much, say fuck it, and go the back doorway. Because we could go and ring that second bell of awakening in probably 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how many times I fall to my death and how many times things kill me. It's also worth noting that in Blighttown, the added benefit on this weapon of building toxic is null and void. Everything down there is poison as hell. So that's going to be that if you're playing through for your first time, Blighttown is probably going to be your introduction to toxic as a status ailment. There's a ton of guys that don't respawn, that shoot you with blow darts, that build toxic, as well as everything else like down there that fucking exists at all building poison. There's a lot of good items down there, a lot of really good items down there. So probably before I even start the next episode, I'm actually gonna go into the Darkroot Garden and grind out some purple moss clumps and hopefully some blooming purple moss clumps, because those will be very useful to have in Blighttown. Very good stuff to keep on you, for sure. Don't go into Blighttown unprepared. So, now, with that said, once you get down there, down to the bottom of it that is, making your way from like a safe spot, like the lift that takes you down to the bottom, over to the area boss where the second bell of awakening is, making that travel is you're gonna get poisoned no matter what. You could wear the pyromancer's armor and the spider shield that you can find down here in the depths, and the poison bite ring, and you can stack up as much poison defense as you want all day long, but you will still get poisoned, no matter how much poison resist you have, because it's just a long run. And if you don't have the rusted iron ring, you're not running at full speed. So, but anyway, thank you guys for continuing this journey, my friends. It's been fun. It's continuing to be fun. It's going to get frustrating, but overall it'll continue to be fun. And on that note, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Tune in next week for more Dark Souls shenanigans. We've got some plans. Ultimately, at the end of next episode, we should end up right back here where we are. Neither of those butchers respawn, so we ain't got to worry about those. What we do want to do is we do want to see Laurentius. We do want to buy some new pyromancies, upgrade our pyro flame. We want to get some items out of the undead asylum, So it'll be like a bonus episode of sorts. Just a little heads up before we even get into it. But on that note, I'll see you next week. Thank you guys for watching.